Well, it's lonesome in this old town. Everybody puts me down. I'm a face without a name, just walking in the rain, going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. I got holes in both of my shoes. Well, I'm a walking case of the blues. Saw $1 yesterday, but the wind blew it away. Going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. I haven't eaten in about a week. I'm so hungry when I walk I squeak. Nobody calls me friend. It's sad the shape I'm in. Going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. Going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. I got a girl waiting out for me. Well, at least she said she'd be. I got a home and a big warm bed and a feather pillow for my head. We're going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. Well, it's lonesome in this old town. Everybody puts me down. I'm a face without a name, just walking in the rain. Going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. Going back to Houston, Houston.
Anti-Afro Svengalis. Oh, Dumpsey, poor little baby. Standing outside the Houston Police Department. Good. You should follow a police report. Don't get me to tell you not to follow any report with any agency if you think your rights are being violated. There's just one problem. Dumpsey wants everyone to think that only he has special rights bestowed upon him. And what I want to make sure people understand is this. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't matter. And I have to say that because here he has this proclivity that's quite offensive, trying to tell people they're worthless because he has a license that the state of Texas gave him, and a license that the state of Texas can take away. Dumpsey acts like this license is U.S. citizenship. Like if you're born in the U.S., nobody can take your citizenship away. That's not a license. A license is what you earned based on the honor system that you would do what the regulations state. And we know Dumpsey's not doing that, but he wants everyone out there to think they don't have rights, that they're beneath him, that they're less than him. You could be a wino in the gutter. Sorry for the language. That doesn't mean you don't have rights. But Dumpsey wants you to think you don't have any rights. Anybody can speak up and launch and file a complaint. It doesn't matter your status. And Dumpsey constantly tries to make people feel less because some alleged status that he professes to have. Don't forget these contracts you have signed were executed by the white man. The white man giveth and the white man taketh away. You are not above anybody, Dumpsey. Don't you forget it. Actually, I know you know this. You know your position is precarious. That's why you're getting more frustrated. You're getting more angry. You're getting more abusive. You claim not to care, but they sent me some 4-hour live stream that what? He says he didn't care. And he turns around and does a 4-hour live stream. Do whatever the hell you want. But one thing you're not going to do is order any of us around. But he goes there to plead his case. He tries so hard to convince the world that I'm so beneath him. Well, he's actually correct when he stated I'm not on his level. He's actually 15 pegs below. He's probationary accreditation for this domestic violence program, which he shouldn't even have. And he's not qualified to provide any sort of family therapy, any couples therapy, any relationship therapy. All he does is come online to seek validation for his quote professional status. Who the hell comes online among people he considers, listen, he considers you all peons and he tries to get you to validate him? That isn't working. It never works. Let me tell you the situation with Dumpsey. The effort that Dumpsey puts in to try to make others believe that he's got something on these other dudes in these YouTube streets that are not going to let up on him. And here's the problem, Dumpsey, because remember, he has a license, right? But the dudes he's trying to take on top him in so many ways, and he cannot handle it. Their thought process is more complex. They have more stamina than Dumpsey does. They have internal fortitude. They stand by what they believe in. And they're fearless. Dumpsey, you're just reckless. And here's the other thing he doesn't seem to understand. He goes at them head to head. When I say head to head, what they say to him, he replicates. Bad move, buddy, because these men don't have a license. You have a license. So you're falling into their trap every single time, and they're burning you up. It is a sight to see. And all Dumpsey can talk about, I got my office, your 1977 decorated office. Who gives a crap about what's hanging on a wall? No, let me retract that statement. There are people who care what's on a wall. Auditors care what's on a wall. I had an audit on February 22nd and I got 90%. Yes, they came and audited a ghost. Someone who doesn't have a license. Someone who's failed. What are you going to get on your audit, Dumpsey? They're going to get Medicare fraud on your stealing people's NPI numbers so you can bill. That's what they're going to find on your audit. Here's the deal. Posting your license is required by law in all 50 states. Aside from that, when you go over your consent to agree to services forms, you obviously need to let the clients know your title. Aside from that, nobody gives a damn, Dumpsey. Nobody cares about you bragging about what you supposedly have. They don't care about that. They top you every time because you lose your temper. You lose it. You look like a fool. You act like a fool. And he got so frustrated with Remix, he goes to Houston Police Department and files a report on me. You didn't want to file a report on Remix because you can't stand the heat. Then he brings up Carrie Ann. You go, oh my goodness, onto that live stream. Thank you for the timestamp. Trying to portray that he now has Carrie Ann on his team. Well, that doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever because she gave Photon DNA and Remix lifetime dragging rights to her. So she can't function in any other space. How's she gonna Dumpsey? It's just desperation and it's just most pathetic, people. Convincing herself that Remix is jealous, convincing herself that Photon DNA is jealous. But here's the situation. It's hilarious because they have her mind under control. Dumpsey, you do not. You don't have any woman's mind under control. Carrie is using you to try to get back at Remix and Photon, but they are the ones that place her in tatters. You can't place anybody in tatters. You're in tatters. And you have this license, you try to act like you're so much smarter than everybody, but people are out dueling you and you have a license. So what do? I got these glasses. I got these Ray-Bans. I got the Versace. Who gives a crap? What happens to those Versace glasses and those Ray-Ban glasses? Put them on the ground and step on them. They're crushed to pieces. You can't crush anybody to pieces. And so what you thought you were going to do is use me as a default. Not going to work, buddy, because I'm not backing down, especially from someone like you. You're not going to stop me from doing one single thing. See, Dumpsey is so furious because he failed to get anybody to give him any information about me. Now, when you say any information, he'll take anything that's factual. He doesn't have that, so he's making all kinds of shit up. I don't have to defend myself against Dumpsey for any reason. But I will point this out. I am not coming here to YouTube to get professional validation in any respect. Zero. Dumpsey does. And then he ends up shooting himself in both feet. Dance, Dumpsey! Dance! 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 He does. He's going to have to answer to the board. He's going to have to answer to these accreditation agencies who gave him provisional status, probationary status to provide these services to people who have justice system involvement. So explain yourself why you are ridiculing that population. As a matter of fact, they probably won't even ask you for an explanation. You don't have any business providing services to this population. I don't have to give you anything. When I file my complaint, I will send my certifications to the State Department of Criminal Justice in Texas. They'll see what my certifications are. More than qualified to speak on your ass, buddy. And let me tell you another thing. Any person out there listening, if you have justice system involvement, currently or in the past, you can make it known to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice why Dumpsey is not appropriate and how you would never, ever sit in any sort of services that he's facilitating. That is powerful. Dumpsey, you have no power. That's why you're running around with your temper tantrums, crying and whining, trying to threaten and intimidate. You have never intimidated me, ever. You don't have what it takes to intimidate me, buddy. Your screaming and your hollering and your lying is not intimidating. You tried to pay people to file complaints against me and you failed. You failed in every respect. You failed to get away with stealing from the white man. You stole those numbers, the NPI number that you stole and billed on. I'm guaranteeing you people, these were white folks. I am going to search that high and low. You didn't get away with ripping off the white man, so you come here to YouTube trying to throw around your muscle, but you don't have any muscles. Your arms are flaccid. You don't have any strength. So where's this getting you? It's not getting you anywhere. It's not getting you anywhere with me. You're not intimidating me. I would love for the police to show up at my house asking me about you. I would love it. If that happens, people, I will be sure to let you know. Fact of the matter is there is no criminal acts that I have perpetrated. And this fool has a hell of a nerve trying to complain about anybody's cyberbullying. What about what you said about breaking the culture of silence? You called her a slut. You called her a whore. You don't even know this woman. And you think you should be providing services to people who have domestic violence charges that they are trying to meander through by getting treatment? You think that you have what it takes to provide services to this population? Part of those services includes sexual respect, and you have none. You have absolutely none. You are persistent for degrading men and women based on sexual issues. The Department of Criminal Justice in Texas doesn't know about that yet, but they're going to find out. There's not a damn thing you can do, Dumpsey. You can tell any lie you want. Star Snake Fake is the one who sits there and believes every single lie you tell her. A person who can't blow her nose without causing potential brain damage. Okay, and you have Binary Castaway who's looking for anything negative about me. Oh, yeah, she doesn't have a life. She's okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say, I don't have to show anything to you I will show it to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, who will see how I am qualified to speak on your bullshit that you are doing in these YouTube streets. It's pathetic that you come here to YouTube to get validation from people you consider to be peons. That's pathetic. But that's the story of Dumpsey's life. When he wants to challenge you, he talks about Ray-Bans and Versace's that you can just take off and put on the ground and step on them. You do not have what it takes to go up against these brothers in these YouTube streets. And it. So you think you're going to try to come for me? It's never going to work. You are jealous of all of the dudes in these YouTube streets, and you're supposed to have a wife. Does that make any sense? You're jealous because the women want to go to their pages. You've always been jealous of Rev G. I don't care what you say about Rev G. You can't stand it that the people go to him and they're committed to him because it's real, it's true, it's authentic. You're phony. You are recycling. You're has-beens. You're recycling flunkies. You made up with people who you got onto these YouTube streets and you bashed their sexuality. You did that. And now they're back under your fold because you lured them back with money. It didn't work before. It's not going to work now. But have at it. It's embarrassing to be in a situation that you're in. The men are stealing all the women that come to your platform and you don't have anything you can do about it. And by the way, this may not sound very nice. They don't want T-Pre. You can have her. None of them are trying to lure her. She, however, is going around trying to get on these platforms. You're up here talking about, I ain't going to talk about it no more. And you do a 4-hour live stream. Oh, Dumpsey. No wonder none of the females want to stay up under you because you don't provide any sort of stability. You don't provide stability. All you try to do is get personal information from these women so you can come back and bash them with it. I would have never told you anything about me anyway. Make up whatever you want to make up about me. I'm going to prove my qualifications and skills to the Texas Department of Justice. They will listen to everything I have to say. I can guarantee you that. People, you know there's much more to come. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.